Hello and welcome to self-awareness session as part of the Soft Skills for Managers course in the MBA curricula of Kerala Technical University. I am Razaid Abdul Rahim, Assistant Professor in the MBA Department, SNIT Business School, Adur. Self-awareness. It is a capacity for introspection and recognizing oneself separate from the environment and other individuals. So introspection, looking into oneself is introspection. Looking into your feelings, emotions, motives, behaviors, all these things help you to recognize yourself as a distinct individual, separate from the environment and from others. So you're not trying to compare yourself with other people. You're not trying to look into the environment. You're just being yourself. So learning about yourself, understanding your innermost feelings, your motives, your goals, your achievement, everything. That is known as self-awareness. It can be defined as the ability to perceive one's own existence, including one's own feelings, traits, emotions. It is the basis of many other human traits such as accountability and consciousness. So once we understand ourselves, once we relate to ourselves, once we know who we are, we will we'll work on ourselves, we'll put into more accountability in our activities, and we become conscious of our deeds, conscious of our activities, about our work, the relationship that we keep with our parents, with our colleagues, everything becomes more clear. It is self-empowering as it can reveal where the problem lies in our day-to-day performance, expectations, and efficiency. So once we are self-aware, we will know how to perform and where are we lacking, what are the lacunae we have, where are the gaps, what are the voids. So what are the expectations of others? How should we reach those expectations? How should we become more efficient? Who is a self-aware person? Now, let's see who is a self-aware person. A self-aware person is one who is aware of one's strength and limitations. One knows what he can do well and what he's not good at. So some people are good at singing, some people are good at dancing, some people are good at writing, painting. So we know that because we have a taste of that. We do something and we enjoy it and we can better ourselves in that. So we know we are good at something. Has a clear idea of one's priorities. One knows what is important for him and does not waste his time going after things he doesn't believe in. So just because everyone is doing something, that person who is self-aware need not to do that. Just because everybody is doing a particular course doesn't mean that you also have to do that particular course. No, we should know what is best for us. We should know our abilities, our capabilities, and work towards it. So it is awareness of the differences in attitudes, values, and beliefs, which are the primary cause of conflict inside. So we have certain conflicts going within our mind. So what are the values that we should have? What are the beliefs? We don't know. If we don't know, we should try to follow somebody else. So the thing is that we should be aware of our feelings, our attitudes, our values and beliefs, first of all. So what is the need for self-awareness? First is to improve performance. Individual performance is very important. And when we perform individually, that means we need to have proper awareness of ourselves, our goals, our objectives. And this also helps to develop better interpersonal skills with others, communicate better with the team members, even in our families and friends. And we can manage ourselves by setting up appropriate and achievable goals and choose appropriate careers also when we are self-aware of what we want in life, where we want to reach, and what we want to be known as. Also, it also helps us to manage the stress. The lot of stress that we encounter in our lives is because we are not able to understand ourselves. So it is also important to manage stress. To accept your tendencies of behaving, thinking, and feeling, because 30% of our personality is genetic and the rest is all that we acquire in our lifetime. So whatever genetic makeup we have made of is only 30% of our personality. The rest is what we acquire or what we learn in this life or through others. Now, developing interesting skills. Self-awareness also lets to develop interesting skills. For example, if you like to paint a landscape, you're good at painting a landscape, but you want to do it more beautifully or want to enhance your skills through technology, then you're linking your skills with something. So you're understanding you have to upgrade yourself. So it kind of is out of self-awareness. Understand differences between yourself and others. Very important. You should not compare yourself with the others, but try to understand what is your difference, what are you differently doing than the others. Understand why others react to you the way they do. Some people don't realize certain things about themselves. For example, either when a person walks towards a group of people, suddenly they all disperse in different directions. There can be 2 or 3 possible explanations to that. One could be the person who is walking towards them has a bad hygiene, or the person has a bad mouth breath, or this person makes certain sarcastic remarks that the others don't like. So once we understand why people are reacting to you in a certain way, you will be able to look back, introspect, and see what is that I have to change. So that is also very important. So in self-awareness, you have to have all of these awareness to understand yourself, understand why people react to you in a certain way. Look at this picture of the cat looking at its reflection in the mirror and seeing a lion. This picture can be interpreted in 2 different ways. Firstly, it's a negative interpretation where the cat does not realize that it is just a cat, not a lion. Now, if the cat does not realize itself that it's not a lion, it may end up into trouble trying to be like a lion. Second interpretation is that the cat is looking at its inner self in the mirror. So, the cat, even though the cat is just a cat and a mere domestic animal, the cat is trying to see itself as a fierce, proud animal like the lion, and may even think about itself like that, and it gives it a positive vibe in it or a positive feeling in it. So it is very important to be aware of your inner self. We all have this problem, and it is very much required to understand how this self-awareness will help us in developing our personality so that we all feel like lions. So personal development through self-awareness. It helps managers identify gaps in their management skills, which promotes skill development, assists with intuitive decision making, aids in stress management, self-motivation, and that of the others. So first of all, if it helps to develop our skills as managers in every situation, we have to be effective. So according to the situation, we have to develop our skills. And we also have to make the right kind of decision. Sometimes the decision is made intuitively and all of a sudden, and that comes out of experience and trying to know ourselves. And if you're highly aware of yourselves, you'll be able to make the right kind of decision. Aids in stress management. Again, tough situations call for a lot of stress, and you have to work more. And when you are aware of yourself and the capacity you can give and the ability, the potential you have, then you can work out your stress also. Self-motivation. Self-awareness leads to self-motivation. You can achieve self-motivation in the sense that you do work out of your own abilities. You are proud of yourself, your capabilities, and you work for it, and nobody else has to force it on you. And that positivity also is like it reaches others, and others are also motivated by your positivity. So let's look at some tools or techniques of self-awareness. First one is Johari window. Johari window is a technique of self-awareness and self-understanding, and it tells about the strengths, weaknesses, likes and dislikes of a personality. So there are 4 quadrants in the Johari window model. The 4 quadrants are named indifferently like arena, open area, blind spots, unconscious, and the hidden area or masking area. So the first quadrant is where the open area where you know certain traits about yourself, and others also observe that in you, they also know you. So it's more public, what you and others know about you. Right. The second quadrant is the blind spots quadrant, where certain things are blind to you or unknown to you, but others know it. So for example, I'm just saying, a person with a bad breath, that person doesn't know about that, but others sitting next to the person or talking to the person will definitely notice that. So it is a blind spot to the person. What others know about you, but you don't see. Next quadrant is unconscious, where both the person and the others, they don't know this area about you. Okay, so sometimes you have heard about serial killers. So serial killers, they have psychological problems. So when they have the psychological problem, they don't realize they have a psychological problem. And when they're on a killing spree, others also don't realize it, because people who have been living normal lives, when they suddenly become serial killers, people who have been knowing them for a long time will be shocked. So it was a character trait that was unconscious to the person and to the others. Next quadrant is the mask, or the hidden area. It's the area what you don't like to share with others. It's a private area. You don't want to give that to others. You don't want to show that to others. Some people would like to keep certain things hidden from others. They don't, even though they're friendly with people, they don't like to share certain information. So that is the hidden area or mask area. So you have the open persona, where the person is more relaxed, comfortable, less likely to make any social errors, good in negotiation. Then the blind spot, the person makes a lot of social mistakes and lacks the emotional intelligence and very naive, very innocent maybe. The next one is the secret persona, where the person may appear very secretive to others, maybe suffering from some mental trauma, personal failures or something. Then the mysterious persona is a way where people act strangely and are a mystery to themselves as well as to people other than them. Other techniques involve meditation, and meditation can be either you reflecting yourself at the end of the day or when waking up in the morning and trying to answer questions like, what am I trying to achieve? What am I doing that is working? What am I doing that is slowing me down? What can I do to change? Again, writing down your key plans and priorities. Journaling is very good technique for self-awareness. There can be also certain psychometric tests that you can take online. I have provided some link here. Please go through these tests and find out about yourself more. There are entrepreneurial aptitude tests as well, so that will help you determine if you have what it takes to start a business. Get regular feedback at home from friends, from colleagues at work. This also is very, very useful, because some feedback is very much required in intervals to know more about yourself. The greatest discovery in life is self-discovery. Until you find yourself, you will always be someone else. So become yourself. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have understood the session. I'll see you in the next class.